Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. We're gonna go and take our boy Masked Saiyan into the Legendary Goku event just to see how he fares, how he stacks up. I imagine by the time we get to the difficult portions... Oh, I didn't change my items. That's fine. Whatever. We'll be alright. But, I imagine once we get to the difficult portions of the event, you know, in UI Goku, that's where we want to see how Masked Saiyan is really going to be able to handle himself. I think at that point, he should be completely fine, right? Masked Saiyan, of course, is a defensive stacking character. We are rocking the Time Traveler team. Time Travelers is definitely in a good spot, right? Like, we got, like, AGL Rose, you know, in Goku Black, honestly, it's not, like, the worst unit ever, but he is one of the worst leaders in the game right now, right? It's kind of like transforming Vegeta. It's like, I feel like if you have, like, one of him on the team, it's okay, but, like, when you got two of those bad boys, transforming Vegeta and Int Goku Black, it's just rough. Int Goku Black, like... Man, like, you know, it used to be like sort of like a comparison for like, you know, what like sort of like category lead that came out like at the exact same time like was worse, right? Goku Black or STR Super Buu. I mean, it's funny because, right, you know, Goku Black, AGL Metal Cooler, Super Buu all came out, you know, they were consecutively. And Metal Cooler was just like way better than both of them, right? Goku Black and STR Buu. The thing is, STR Buu got a pretty substantial buff, though. Like, they actually, like, he got quite a bit better after the link level update. So, I mean, that's a thing now, so we look at it, and it's like, boy, you know, you know, it's like, yeah, it's great for, you know, STR Buu, but in Goku Black, oh my goodness, did he really lag behind? I mean, it's going to be interesting, right, because... We still have a lot of the 120% lead EZAs to go, right? We've only done 3, Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Int Kid Buu, and Super 17. So we still have 7 left to go, right? And they kind of interjected, like it's like we did the first 3, and then they're like, oh, here's Masked Saiyan, right? Like kind of just like tossed in there. So it's like, they're definitely going to take it slow when it comes to these category leaders, right? Like I don't expect like we're going to be moving super fast into like, because like, if you look at something like 121k, wow, his defense is only 121k? Because, I mean, he's getting his full passive, right? We're only fighting one enemy, but still, it's a bit lower than I would like to see from him, honestly. We need to make sure we're getting all these super attacks with him. I mean, I know Goku Black's leader skills only double 150%, which is another reason, but, I mean, that defense is still pretty low. I mean, I don't know. As long as we get over 200k, I mean, Masked Saiyan will be good by the time we get to Int UI Goku. Obviously, you know, like, if we get double super attacks as we're going through the event, you know, various things like that will matter for sure. And we'll kind of see. Okay, I guess I'll float off Bardock right here, because Int Goku Black can go right there. Then, obviously, AGL Rose. AGL Rose, has to be hit in order to build up his defense, right? And then once he gets hit a few times, AGL Rose can have a pretty impressive defense also. AGL Rose is a unit, by the way, that, like, his EZA is very, very good. And I just, for whatever reason, I just never really end up using him. I mean, he does need to build up, which makes him not great for Super Battle Road. Obviously, for long events, AGL Rose is good. One thing, though, is, yeah, okay, so he took a lot of damage right there. AGL Rose is a unit that will be helped out a lot by the link level update, right? Because he, of course, is a Big Bad Bosses unit. You know, we know how it works. All Big Bad Bosses unit. Once you get them to level 10, it's a huge monster, massive buff. What's Masked Saiyan at? Oh, we're much better right here, but that is with Gowasu and Zamasu on rotation, right? Gowasu and Zamasu, what do they give? They give 70% defense, is it? Let me just double check that. I believe it's 70% defense. Yeah, 70% defense right there. Okay, not bad. By Gowasu and Zamasu. But, I mean, that still goes to show that we're going to need many super attacks from Masked Saiyan. And Masked Saiyan, of course, is going to stack his attack while we're going through as well. So, you know, by the time we get to the end of this event, Masked Saiyan, the damage he's dealing is going to look quite impressive as well, right? We're also going to get to a point where once the Int Goku Blacks transform, it definitely gets much easier on us overall also. Are we? Yep, okay, cool. We're above 80% HP. Perfect. Because once this guy transforms, he gets that really awesome, like, 3 key to Extreme Class AGL ability. I love that so much. I think that's really, it's just a really strong ability. What is their defensive stats at? Wow, 59k for you and 97k for you. Not exactly great numbers right there. Because Int Goku Black does greatly stack, but it just takes him so long to really stack it up. And then, I mean, AGL Rose, what does he have to get hit 5 times, I think? Because what is it? It's 30% defense, and he gets up to a max of 180%, right? But the damage he's capable of doing is very, very good. The only issue I have with AGL Rose is I didn't like that he did not give defense with his support, right? Because what does he give? Ki, and then I believe he also gives, is it 30% attack or something like that? Like, if he would have gave defense as well, I think that would have made him much more effective in sort of like the difficult events. And he does also greatly raise defense on super attack. Okay, that's something I did forget about. Yeah, extreme class Ki 3 and 30% attack at the start of turn. Do you add 30% defense to that as well? Whew, boy. That's so good. Okay, yeah. AGL Rose 50% defense of raise on super attack. That's really good. So I'm glad I saw that. AGL Bardock, he stacks way faster because, I mean, he's a top tier Dokkan Fest exclusive, right? So I think it's just his stats are probably way higher, right? 10,000 for you, 10,000 for you, and then he's at 11,000. Ooh, in Goku Black, your sticker looks pretty good. That's not bad, actually. I think that might be one of the first times I've seen that. So this in Goku Black doesn't look that great, but the transformed one, that's pretty solid. Again, if only we had this, like, you get rid of the stupid, like, holographic effect on that, that would look exceptional, actually. I think Int Goku Black has a really good-looking sticker, actually. Not bad, not bad. All right, so let's see how we're going to do against this God Goku right here. Again, we'll continue stacking up with Masked Saiyan. We're not really going to have any difficulties here. Because I think, like, once we get to Int Goku, or the Int UI Goku, our defense is just going to be so past the point we need to get to that, we're going to be okay. Even taking a super attack, we're probably going to take 200k or less, which from Int UI Goku, that's really, really good. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on now, I guess, to EGL Blue Goku, because one thing about this Time Traveler team I'm rocking here is that we are not great on damage dealt, right? This is a pretty weak, light-hitting team, honestly. So, we'll skip the Blue Goku now. All right, so now we're going up against our boy Blue Goku. Obviously, at this point, Masked Saiyan is going to be fairly good. Okay, so with Gowasu and Zamasu on rotation, I mean, our defense is far and away at the point where we're not really going to be touched by Goku. Then, obviously, Int Goku Black. I mean, it is so crazy to me how slowly Int Goku Black does tend to stack, right? Because he does greatly stack, but it feels much slower. Like, it's definitely not like the greatly stacking defense that, like, Gohan has. I mean, the one reason, right, is because Goku Black doesn't have any defensive buff at all, right? Like, like, the only defense he has is for his greatly stacking, right? He doesn't have any defense on his passive, which really causes him to build it up fairly slowly. Okay, so, not really too much for us to see here against Blue Goku. Obviously, Masked Saiyan is going to tear his ass up. Let's head over to STR UI Goku now. This is where things will start getting tough, but I hope Masked Saiyan gets supered by STR UI Goku, but we would still be fine, I think, even if we did. Alright, so now we're going up against our boy STR UI Goku, but now I think we're starting to get to the point where our defense should be high enough that we're going to be good. I think I'll probably keep Bardock with Masked Saiyan here, just to give him a little bit of an extra oomph in these late stages. Although, I do probably want to transform with Bardock pretty soon here. Why don't we go ahead and transform into Super Saiyan Bardock? Sure. I always do like getting some of these animations. Plus, for whatever reason, again, I find myself not really using AGL Bardock that much, even though he is very good, right? Like, AGL Bardock is just, I don't know, maybe he's boring or what, but I just find myself never really using him too much. What's our defense with Masked Saiyan? 232. Okay. We're definitely in range, by the way, where I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about from Int UI Goku, even if he gets off a super attack or anything like that. Yeah, we're taking double digits from STR UI Goku, and even a super attack here definitely would do a lot of damage, but it wouldn't be devastating to us. And double super attack with Masked Saiyan obviously is 2 stacks of his defensive increase, right? If we are in like Super Battle Road, it'd also be 2 attack lowerings. All right, let's see right here. 176k, that's fine, that's fine. But I mean, that's a lot of damage we took right there, considering Int UI Goku is going to be doing a lot more. Int UI Goku, I mean, if we could cut it under, like, 250k, I guess, when Int UI Goku supers Masked Saiyan, that should be pretty good. But we'll see how things are going to go once we get there. So, all right, let me just go ahead now and skip into UI Goku, and we'll see how Masked Saiyan fares against UI Goku. Alright, so we're going up against UI Goku. We do have Gowasu and Zamasu on rotation, beefing Masked Saiyan up a little bit extra right here. We also did lose a link by Bardock transforming into Super Saiyan, but not really so much of a big deal. The one thing, though, that's really important is that Masked Saiyan will be able to tank UI Goku, his normal attacks, even without Gowasu and Zamasu. I mean, typically, when fighting in the Legendary Goku event, deep into it, or like Infinite Dragon Ball History or something like that, there's only one enemy, right? And they're only super attacking once, so as long as you're able to contain the damage from their normal attacks like this, it's not really that much to worry about, right? Because then you're just going to take the one big super attack, and as long as it's not like on a type disadvantaged character, I mean, Masked Saiyan is, but he's able to stack his defense to the point where it's not really going to be so much of a big deal, right? So in that instance, we would be good. So, I mean, there we go. Really, the only thing that we truly needed to see, I guess, is how high Masked Saiyan could get that defensive stat as we're going through, and how much damage he was going to take from UI Goku, and the answer was double digits, right? It wasn't really a big deal or an issue whatsoever. So Masked Saiyan, at the very least, is going to be very usable when it comes to rocking him in these long, difficult events, right? So there we go. There's our boy Masked Saiyan, EZA Masked Saiyan. Glad he got an EZA. There's a lot of other very deserving units that we need to get EZAs, besides, obviously, the big major, like, 120% leads who are going to be getting their EZAs soon. So we will see. So thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.